Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today Barcelona did lose 1-0 to Athletic Bilbao. Now heading into this match, we knew that it was not going to be easy. Bilbao just loves to show up on big occasions, especially when Barcelona goes to the San Mamés. It was a very intense match, and that is all what we expected it to be. We saw fouls here, we saw arguments there, both teams pressed high, and that is because simply they both came to look for a win. So I first want to talk about the first half, and I'm going to talk about Marc-Andre ter Stegen first, because seeing all this pressure build up and seeing Bilbao press up really well, ter Stegen misplaced a lot of passes that could have cost us the game very early. And I know that you guys saw that. We saw Marc-Andre ter Stegen looking for solutions, but he couldn't find no players open, and so he tried to pass it to Rakitic multiple times, but it never worked. And this was not the ter Stegen that we knew. And seeing this all unfold, it really gave Bilbao the thought of, hey, look, they look nervous. This is our stadium. I think we could win this. We could actually knock this team out. And that is what set the tone for Athletic Bilbao. In the first half, we did have a total of 4 yellow cards, and one of them was Quique Setién. So everything was going out of hand. Like, everything was going crazy. The players were not reacting well. The ref did not like it. And the reason why we received so many yellow cards is because we could not come out from the back. And when you don't come out from the back and you lose possession in your own half, you end up fouling. And that is what Jordi Alba did. That is what Busquets did. Rakitic, any player that was in the defensive line or midfield line were trying to commit fouls. And in result of that, it did not end up looking pretty. So I'm going to move on to my next topic. I'm going to talk about the attack. And so this topic here is going to link with the defensive issues, which is coming out from the back. I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, and I'm going to explain why they both link with each other. So when you do have a defense that does not know how to bring the ball forward, your attack will suffer. And I'm going to explain how that happened. In this game, on the right side, that right side was the best side to take the ball forward. Since we did play with a 4-3-3, we had Sergi Roberto on the right side. When we did successfully bring the ball forward from the right side, there was no options because Sergi Roberto did not contribute to nothing. There was no width, there was no pace, he was never open, he was too deep. We ended up just being very ineffective on that right side of the pitch. So we came out from the back very well on that right side, but it was for nothing. And in result, that is when Messi knew that he's like, okay, that right side is bringing the ball up forward successfully. I can't get that on the left side, so I'm going to move to the right and see what I can do with them. And so that is what Messi did. And if we look at the heat map here, Messi spent the majority of his time on that right side trying to make something, trying to work with De Jong and Semedo. So notice how I did bring up the left side. So we are going to talk about the left side now. When we did try to take the ball forward from that left side, it was the complete opposite of what the right side was. The reason why Messi shifted his position to the right just a little bit is because the left side of the team, Jordi Alba, Rakitic, could not bring the ball forward. Messi told himself, I'm not getting the ball from here. I'm going to move to the right and I'm going to create chances on the right side. And so not only did this affect Messi to move to the right, but it also affected Ansu Fati to come back down. Ansu Fati could not receive the ball at all, and he knew that, and so that meant that he had to go into his own half to receive the ball. And we can see here on the heat map that there were multiple times where he had to drop deep in order to receive the ball. And if we look at this other interesting stat here, we can see that he's number 31, right? And we can see just how deep he went just to receive the ball. And so I'm going to give you guys a better picture on what has been going on and how badly this affected our attack. So if we look at this picture here, this is basically what it looked like when we could not bring the ball up forward on the left side. We left a huge space on that final third of the pitch where we couldn't create nothing in it because we just simply could not bring the ball forward in order to complete an attack. So we had a lot of wasted space. So I know you guys are wondering, who was that player that we needed and that can do the dirty work and transition the ball forward quickly when needed? And that was a question I asked myself throughout the game. I'm like, we're missing that extra creative flair, that intensity, that person who can get the ball, receive it, and transition it into the attack. And that is Arturo Vidal. Vidal was greatly needed in this game. We know how well he can combine with Messi and Jordi Alba. We have seen that multiple times. We have seen Messi and Vidal combine very well, and then having Jordi Alba contribute on that left side with them, they are probably the most lethal attacking trio in that team, and we greatly missed a player like Vidal in this game. Now going on to the second half, we did have the same problems, but I think that the substitute of Arthur really did enhance our attack. We did get more options, we did get more creative on that final third, but it was nothing close to what Vidal could have contribute in this game. And so in the second half, we did have one big missed chance by Griezmann. We had one big missed chance from Messi also, which could have been 2-0 at that point, but we just could not score that goal. And there was a moment in the match in the second half where Messi made himself very available in the box, but Jordi Alba could not find him. He did not see him, and so Jordi Alba placed the ball somewhere else, and yeah, that was another opportunity that we missed. I don't remember what minute that was, but I'm sure you guys remember that moment when Messi was absolutely available in that box, but it just didn't happen. Overall, we did end with 7 yellow cards, and honestly, if you're going to ask me, out of everything that I have pointed out throughout this whole video, we played a very good game. And to be more specific, we played a very good away game. We actually played one of our greatest away games today. And if you put it into perspective, the reason why I'm not that mad about this loss, I know it hurts to be out of this Copa, but the reason why it doesn't hurt, because I put these things into perspective. Quique Setien is working with a team that's very thin. Like, I'm talking about thin. We have lack of resources, lack of players, lack of backups. We had Piquet who got injured, and now we only have Umtiti and Lenglet. We have Dembele and Suarez injured, and now we only have Griezmann, Ansu Fati, and Messi. You will hear multiple fans, our own Barcelona fans, right, speak negative about what has been going on in this game. And I'm not going to think like that, because look, our score was negative. I understand that. I understand the loss, but our performance did improve. We created chances. We pressed well. We were just unlucky. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that we played bad. And look, listen to me here. This is another reason why I am not that hurt about this loss, is because you guys have to understand that everything that went wrong, everyone that we missed in today's game, came from the board's past decisions. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean by the board's past decisions. We have talked about this in the past recent videos. We know who they loaned out, who they took out, who they brought in. We have seen all the mistakes, all the transfers, all the loans, all the mistakes that they have done over the past 12 to 16 months. We know what they did. So again, this is football. It's a very undeserving loss. We did play better than Athletic Bilbao. So let's just accept this defeat, right? And let's focus on the UCL and La Liga. And honestly, this only tells me that we are going to be very busy in the summer. Out of the 4 tournaments that we played this year in 2020, we are now left with 2 tournaments, meaning that Quique Setien will need to be very calculated on how he approaches each match, who he puts in each match, when to use them. We have seen Quique Setien already not wanting to use all 3 forwards in the same time in today's game. Could we see a 3-5-2 come back, or maybe even a 4-2-2? Because if it's true, if Quique Setien does not want to risk playing all 3 and have one forward rest on the bench, then a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2 will be ideal and the safest option for Quique Setien. Now I just want to end it with some quotes that the players and the coach gave after the match, because I feel like what they said basically summed up how today's game went. And so we're going to start with Piquet, and he said this: "It's a tough blow, but we're happy with how the team reacted to all the noise from outside this week. There is a maximum bonding inside the dressing room." Then we have Quique Setien, who said, "I think we did well. It's a pain we don't have a return game. We controlled the game, but we missed luck. Success will come in the long run." Sergio Busquets also spoke, and he said, "I think we deserve to win, but the new format of the Copa is like this. It's a shame, but now we have to focus on La Liga and the Champions League." So they are very well aware that they played a very good game, away game. They know that sometimes football can be undeserving, but it is what it is. This is the result, and so we have to keep moving forward and continue to improve from here. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what I missed. I know there's a lot of other things that happen in this game, so don't be afraid and point it out in the comment section below. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for showing me all the love and support. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.